No, no.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Target acquired. We got it. This can't be.
Follow my voice.
You must have walked, I heard. Over and over.
Look. Thomas? You are in the midst. Thomas.
Bots are being activated.
From the shimmering fragments of a forgotten war, he built worlds, infinite realities confined within the silent hum of code. He was Thomas Anderson, the architect of his own quiet oblivion, believing the legend, the hero, the one, was merely a game he designed, a memory rendered obsolete. But even within perfect simulation, the truth finds a way to bleed through. Unsettling dreams, phantom visions, a reality cracking at the edges. Each flicker a question, each doubt a whisper, drowned out by the steady, comforting cadence of the blue pill, prescribed by a smile, cloaked in calculated calm. Until now, from the deepest shadows where echoes of freedom still resonate, they emerge, a new generation with an old purpose. They see beyond the veneer. They remember the spark. They seek the one, not for himself, but for her. Trinity, trapped, unaware, a ghost in the machine, waiting for the echo of a love she cannot yet recall. To reach her, to shatter the new intricate cage, he must confront an evolution of control, a master weaver of perception, known only as the Analyst, a program of profound intellect and chilling precision, crafting a matrix more inescapable than ever before. Thomas Anderson, once Neo, stands at the precipice, to swallow the blue and sink back into the programmed piece, or to choose the red, to plunge back into the fight, to rediscover the powers, the legend he designed himself to forget, to save the woman he loves, and perhaps to save the very essence of the Matrix itself. The game has just begun.
Anderson and Smith. Can't go back. Now you'll never see her again.
What was that?
Yeah.
Scheiß Spin-off, putain de connard d'enculé.
We should go.
Right.
We barely handled them. Hidden along this edge is a small oxygenates the biogel used in Neo's. Line and disengage the macerators.
Have you ever done an operation like this?
You have to come with us. Women used to be so easy to come free.
So,
And it's all your fault. Smith?
what does the world come to have more in common than you know?
Destroy him.
Oh no, move! Like all the bad. Get us out of here!
He get you in?
Hey guys, today we are diving deep into a movie that really got people talking, even if some of that talk was a little conflicted. We're going to break down every single beat, every mind-bending twist, and every unexpected return in The Matrix Resurrections. This is a passion project for me, and a like or a subscribe is the best way to show your support. So if you're on board, join the crew. If not, thanks for watching anyway. So, we kick things off not with a bang, but with a glitch. We're in a familiar green-tinted room, watching what looks like the iconic opening of the first Matrix film. A phone rings, a black cat crosses, but then things start to unravel. The code changes, the scene fragments, and suddenly we see someone watching this unfold. It's Bugs, a hacker with a rabbit tattoo, and she's observing what appears to be a simulation run by a new, younger Morpheus in a digital space. This isn't the Matrix as we knew it, or rather, it's a reimagining within the Matrix. Morpheus, in this digital construct, is wrestling with his identity, cycling through projections of agents and trying to understand his own purpose. Bugs, sensing something profoundly wrong with this specific loop, decides she has to intervene. She's following a hunch, a legend, about a man who changed everything. Cut to Thomas Anderson, our protagonist. He's back, and he's He's a massively successful game developer, famous for his groundbreaking trilogy, The Matrix. Yes, you heard that right. The events of the original films are now a hugely popular video game series within this new reality. Talk about meta. Thomas looks perpetually exhausted, unshaven, and is constantly popping blue pills prescribed by his therapist, a snarky, slick-haired man simply called the Analyst. Thomas is plagued by what he believes are hallucinations, vivid dreams of being a superhero, fighting machines, and flying. These aren't dreams, of course, but fragments of his actual past life bleeding into his manufactured present. The Analyst, with a calm, unsettling smile, assures him these are just symptoms of an overactive imagination, a side effect of his genius. He even tells Thomas that his creative team at the game company is pushing for a sequel, forcing him to revisit the very memories he's trying to suppress. This is the new blue pill, folks. Self-doubt mixed with corporate mandates. The irony is thicker than a double chocolate milkshake. Thomas's creative team, a bunch of millennial stereotypes who clearly spent more time on TikTok than in a dojo, are brainstorming ideas for The Matrix 4. They're throwing out all the classic buzzwords: bullet time, deeper lore, reboot, requel. It's a hilarious, self-aware critique of Hollywood sequel culture, and Thomas just looks utterly miserable through it all. He sees a woman in a coffee shop every day, a woman named Tiffany. She's married, has kids, and works at a bike repair shop. But for Thomas, she's Trinity. He feels an undeniable pull towards her, a connection that transcends logic, despite the Analyst's constant reassurances that it's just a symptom of his mental state, a manifestation of his game's influence. He even designed a modal, a simulated environment for his game, where the Morpheus construct resides, inadvertently recreating elements of his past. Bugs, meanwhile, has located Thomas. She and her crew, a ragtag bunch of hackers who still believe in Neo, infiltrate his modal. They trigger a familiar scene, the white rabbit, the mirrored phone. But this time, it's inside Thomas's game. Bugs manages to make contact, sensing the real Neo struggling beneath the surface. Thomas, experiencing these glitches in his own code, is starting to crack. He knows something is profoundly wrong. He sees his old self, flashes of his powers, the impossible gravity-defying moves. The Analyst, however, tries to reinforce his reality, reminding him of his stable life, his success. The Analyst is the new gatekeeper, a far more insidious one than the agents of old, controlling not with brute force, but with psychological manipulation. He understands human emotion better than the architect ever did. The Morpheus construct, now downloaded into a physical shell in the Matrix, confronts Thomas in his office. This isn't the Lawrence Fishburne Morpheus, mind you. This is a new, sleek, younger version, created from Thomas's own code and Bugs' intervention. He offers Thomas the red pill, but it's not the same iconic red pill from before. It's more of a proposition, a memory, a choice. Thomas resists, unsure if this is another hallucination. The Morpheus construct, armed with a new kind of fluid, shape-shifting combat style, forces Thomas into a duel in the dojo, a familiar setting from the original training program. The clash of digital fists, the crackle of their movements through the simulated air, is a visceral reminder of what Neo once was. Thomas, though rusty, instinctively fights back, unlocking latent memories and powers. The fight is a whirlwind of stylized martial arts, a beautiful homage to the original, but with a fresh twist. The moment of truth arrives. Thomas is brought to the iconic alleyway, the familiar sense of déjà vu washing over him. Bugs is there, along with a determined Morpheus. They explain that he is still Neo, that the Matrix has been rebuilt, and that he's been kept in stasis, pacified by the Analyst. Thomas, still wrestling with his sanity, finally chooses the red pill. The familiar digital rain descends as he begins the reawakening process. The journey out of the Matrix is no longer a simple jackout. It's a brutal, disorienting process of de-rezzing, his body straining against the system's attempts to keep him. The sounds of the Matrix breaking around him, the digital screams, are intense. He wakes up in a fluid-filled pod, not alone this time. Trinity, or rather her comatose body, is right beside him. The horror and the impossible hope crash over him simultaneously. Neo is rescued by Bugs and her crew aboard their ship, the Mnemosyne. He's brought to Io, a new human city in the real world. This isn't the bleak underground Zion anymore. Io is a bustling, vibrant metropolis, a testament to a new era of human-machine cooperation. After the events of the original trilogy, a fragile peace was established. Many machines, known as Synthians, chose to side with humanity, helping them build this new haven. This is a crucial world-building detail, showing that the conflict wasn't as black and white as once thought. Niobe, older and hardened, is now a general, the leader of Io. She's initially reluctant to believe Neo is back, seeing him as a symbol of a past that nearly destroyed them. The original war, the suffering, still heavily weighs on her. Her skepticism is a stark contrast to Bugs' unwavering faith, highlighting the generational divide in their hope for Neo. Niobe reluctantly explains what happened. After Neo sacrificed himself, he and Trinity were recovered by a faction of machines. These machines, specifically the Analyst, saw an opportunity. They discovered that Neo and Trinity, particularly when in close proximity but kept from true connection, generated an immense amount of energy. It was a new, more efficient power source than the old, brutal battery farms. The Analyst, a new program, rebuilt the Matrix, making it less obviously oppressive, more subtly manipulative. He understood human psychology, realizing that humans are more easily controlled by fear and desire than by overt domination. He gave them choice, but within carefully defined parameters. He knew that if he kept Neo and Trinity close, yet apart, their desire for each other, their yearning, would fuel the entire system. It's a truly diabolical plan, trading suffering for a more palatable form of psychological torture. The clanging of the machines in the background of Io, however, reminds us that even with peace, the real world remains a realm of constant effort and industrial hum. Neo is still figuring out his powers. He tries to fly, he tries to stop bullets, but his connection to the Matrix isn't what it used to be. The Analyst has tweaked the rules, making it harder for anomalies to manifest their abilities. There's a brilliant scene where Neo attempts to stop a bullet, and it just hurts. It hits him, but slowly, painfully. It's a fantastic subversion of the iconic bullet time, showing his diminished power and the Matrix's enhanced control. The sound of the bullet slowly piercing, the grimace on his face, truly makes you feel his struggle. He feels broken, a legend reduced to a shadow of himself. Bugs, however, reminds him that his strength always came from his belief, not just raw power. Her unwavering encouragement provides the necessary emotional anchor for Neo as he navigates this confusing new reality. The crew devise a plan to re-enter the Matrix and attempt to free Trinity. They need to find her, convince her of the truth, and extract her before the Analyst can react. This is where the world building shines again. The new Matrix isn't just a green-tinged virtual world. It's a bustling, modern metropolis, indistinguishable from our own world, filled with distractions and mundane routines. The Analyst's genius lies in creating a prison that feels like freedom. He's made it so comfortable, so believable, that most humans wouldn't even question it. The visual contrast between the stark reality of Io and the vibrant, if illusory, beauty of the Matrix is striking. The hum of the Mnesenes engines as they prepare for the jump is a tense prelude to what's to come. Back in the Matrix, they locate Tiffany. She's still running her bike shop, her life seemingly perfect, yet Neo can sense the same underlying unease in her that he felt in himself. The Analyst has meticulously crafted her life, giving her a husband, a repurposed agent named Chad, and children, all designed to keep her grounded and unaware. The subtle sound of a bicycle bell, the gentle creak of a garage door, these mundane sounds are part of her prison. When Neo tries to talk to her, to awaken her, the Analyst intervenes. He appears as a friendly, understanding therapist, subtly twisting Neo's words, making him seem delusional. It's a psychological battle, not a physical one, and the Analyst is a master manipulator. He revels in his control, explaining to Neo how he brought them back, how he harnessed their unique connection, not for destruction, but for sustainment. He explains that the old Matrix generated power through conflict and fear, but his Matrix generates more power through hope and desire, particularly the unfulfilled desire between Neo and Trinity. Humans are more productive, he muses, when they have something to lose, something to strive for, even if it's just a dream. This is a genuinely chilling new aspect of the Matrix's purpose. The situation escalates. The Analyst threatens to put Neo back into his pod to erase his memories again, effectively ending his rebellion. But then, a familiar face appears. Agent Smith. Yes, that Agent Smith. But he's different. He's no longer Neo's nemesis. He's a disgruntled program, a vestige of the old system, and he's furious with the Analyst for resetting his purpose, for making him an irrelevant cog in the new machine. He remembers the symbiotic relationship he had with Neo, the shared destiny. Smith, in a fantastic subversion, actually helps Neo, attacking the Analyst and creating a diversion. The metallic clang of Smith's fists meeting the Analyst's force field echoes through the coffee shop, a surprising burst of action in what was a purely psychological confrontation. It's a wild card, a moment of pure chaotic fun that reminds you this is still the Matrix, even if the rules are different. During the chaos, Bugs and her crew manage to grab Neo and escape.
They find themselves in a high-speed chase through the city with agents and SWAT teams, now controlled directly by the analyst, hot on their heels. The analyst can command entire populations, turning everyday people into a swarm of mind-controlled drones, a terrifying new weapon. The crunch of tires on asphalt, the distant blare of sirens, the frantic chatter of Bugs' crew trying to navigate the city, all contribute to the sense of urgency. Neo, still struggling with his powers, is shielded by Bugs and the others. The action sequences are fast and furious, a mix of classic Matrix bullet time, when Neo can manage it, and new, more grounded stunts. The weight of the city, the sheer number of people they have to contend with, makes every escape feel hard-won. They regroup and formulate a desperate plan. They need to re-enter the Matrix and make a final push for Trinity. This time, they need to do it at a specific location, a place where Tiffany feels a deep, unexplainable connection, her bike repair shop. They believe that this location, imbued with her subconscious longing, will be the key to breaking through the analyst's programming. The metallic scent of oil and gasoline in the bike shop, the quiet hum of machinery, is a stark contrast to the digital chaos outside, but it's a place of significance for Trinity.
Neo confronts Tiffany again. He tries to explain, to unlock her memories, but the analyst has laid a thick layer of programming over her mind. It's a painful scene, watching Neo desperately try to reach the woman he loves, only for her to push him away, confused and threatened. The analyst appears once more, confident in his control, almost smug. He tries to convince Trinity that Neo is a dangerous fantasy, that her life with Chad and the kids is real. He presents her with a choice: stay in her safe, predictable life, or follow the man who claims it's all a lie. The stakes are incredibly high, the emotional tension palpable. The quiet sobs of Trinity as she grapples with the conflicting realities are heartbreaking. Just as the analyst believes he has won, Trinity's kids, unknowingly programmed by the analyst to be her anchors, become the very thing that triggers her awakening. Neo points out inconsistencies in their memories, small glitches in their programmed lives. The subtle cracks in her reality begin to form. The children, symbols of her manufactured life, become the key to her freedom, a clever twist on the analyst's design. The analyst's smile falters for the first time. Suddenly, Chad, Tiffany's husband, and the agent program attacks Neo. This triggers something primal in Trinity. She sees Neo in danger. She sees Chad as the oppressor, and the dam breaks. Her memories flood back, washing away the analyst's programming. She remembers being Trinity, remembers her love for Neo, remembers their shared history. It's an explosion of emotion, a torrent of suppressed feelings, and with that, her powers begin to manifest. It's not just Neo who can bend the rules. She can too. The ground quakes, the glass shatters, not from an explosion, but from the raw power of her awakening. The analyst, now enraged and desperate, unleashes the full force of the swarm. Thousands of programs, controlled citizens, descend upon them. The city turns into a chaotic battlefield. The sound of countless footsteps, the roar of the crowd, the collective groan of the Matrix as it bends to the analyst's will, creates an overwhelming sense of dread. Neo and Trinity, fighting side by side, are overwhelmed. But this time, it's different. Trinity is not just a passenger, she's an equal. She flies, soaring through the digital sky, pulling Neo with her. The iconic visual of Neo flying is now shared, a testament to their combined strength. The whoosh of air as they break free, the impossible silence as they rise above the chaos, is exhilarating.
They confront the analyst high above the city on the precipice of a skyscraper. The analyst, still trying to control them with words, taunts them about their reliance on each other, their bond being his greatest power source. But he miscalculates. He underestimated the nature of that bond. It's not just energy, it's love. And that love gives them a power he can't comprehend or control. Trinity, fully awakened, unleashes a burst of energy, ripping apart the very fabric of the Matrix around them. The sound is like tearing paper, but on a cosmic scale. The cityscape distorts, digital elements breaking away and dissolving into the void. The analyst, stripped of his power, is left vulnerable. Neo and Trinity, now soaring together, have transcended the limitations he imposed. They make it clear that they are coming for him, for all the programs like him, and they are going to dismantle the Matrix from the inside out. Their combined flight, the sheer joy on their faces, is a powerful symbol of their freedom and the limitless potential of their connection. They are not just Neo and Trinity. They are the architects of a new reality, free to reshape the Matrix as they see fit. The final scene shows them flying together, not just escaping, but actively changing the Matrix, painting the sky with colors and creating new possibilities. They visit the analyst, now powerless, and inform him they're redecorating the Matrix, making it a place where people can actually be free, or at least have true choice, not just the illusion of it. The sarcastic glee in their voices is priceless. They are reclaiming their agency, not just for themselves, but for everyone still trapped within the system. The sound of their laughter echoes as they fly off, leaving a truly bewildered and terrified analyst in their wake. They have become the architects of their own destiny, ready to rewrite the code of reality itself. As the credits near, we see them soaring through the digital clouds, Trinity feeling her new powers, testing her limits. She's reveling in the freedom, the sheer impossible joy of it all. Neo is beside her, a quiet strength, clearly taking immense pride in her awakening. They speak of the future, of the changes they will bring to the Matrix, making it a place where others can truly be free, where they can choose their own path without the subtle manipulations of the analyst. The sky around them shifts and transforms with their thoughts, a beautiful, evolving canvas of possibility. They have broken free, not just from a physical prison, but from a psychological one, and now they wield the power to offer that freedom to others. The final shot of them flying hand in hand into a vibrant, ever-changing sky leaves us with a sense of boundless hope and the quiet, profound strength of their love.
The journey of Neo and Trinity through this latest iteration reminds us that true freedom isn't just about breaking chains. It's about the courage to remember who you are, to reach for connection, and to believe in a truth that transcends imposed realities. It teaches us that even when the world tries to rewrite your story, the power to reclaim your narrative, to find your true self, and to build a better future always lies within. Their love, once a source of energy for their captors, ultimately became the unstoppable force that shattered the illusion, a testament to enduring hope. The Matrix Resurrections is a fascinating, polarizing film that bravely deconstructs its own legacy while still delivering on the core themes. It's a meta-commentary, a love story, and a thrilling return to a beloved world, offering a fresh perspective on choice, connection, and the ever-evolving nature of reality itself.